Hello, Christina Bresso. Thanks for tuning into the video, and I'm so happy to speak with you this evening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and keep the comments coming. I really enjoy reading them. It encourages me to do more of these. So this story is about a racial hoax. Yes, black dysfunction and victimization. And on my Rumble channel, I'm up to number 6 of these racial hoaxes. And they've been happening for quite some time. But you all remember when I did that situation at Arizona State, when those students were harassed at the Multicultural Center, and justice was served with these two young ladies, and I use that term loosely because I don't call women out of their names, but they really weren't the best citizens in that situation. So justice was served there, and then there were prior situations where Black Americans didn't get away with lying for their own personal gain. And when I talk about Black Americans in third person, singular, and plural, I do that because I don't fit with the narrative. I'm not a victim, I'm a conservative for a reason, as most Black Americans are not. I mean, it's starting to change. Trump had a lot to do with that. But I just don't fit the narrative, so I don't blend myself into that environment, especially when the majority are doing wrong, if that makes any sense. Because I stand with Christ and, of course, want to do what's right. So this story takes place in southern Illinois. In case you're not familiar with the colleges and universities in the state of Illinois, southern Illinois have two campuses, separate campuses. The popular one that you know of, Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, and Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. This situation took place in Edwardsville, and I'm kind of surprised at that. But nonetheless, they didn't let this person get away with it. So the black student that caused this chaos and attention, I'm not going to even try to attempt to pronounce her first name, but her name is Clark Marbin. I think I'll just say, or Marby. So Miss Clark accused two white male students for calling her out of her name, the female dog, the 5-letter female dog, and said black people didn't belong here or something like that. In that case, not saying that anything like that would happen, but I think that would be up to the university to decide who or not, comes in and out of their university for higher learning purposes. After all, they ask you your race for a reason, quotas and um, affirmative action as well, which you all know I don't agree with. But they ask you your race for a reason to keep up with the numbers. So they didn't want this lady in. She could have simply been denied, okay, which wasn't going to happen because, of course, I'm guessing she's played this before or watched her family do this. So if that didn't work out, her family definitely was going to intervene and try to sue the school. In a nutshell, she did get caught and she finally confessed that it was all a hoax and a lie. And I don't know what these people are thinking other than attention. And maybe they're trying to get money out of the university, media attention, of course, get the race hustlers all filed up. I mean, you heard about that Tawana Brawley situation with Al Sharpton, and then the Luke Lacrosse hoax. Those young men, they had their lives destroyed from this sex dancer and drug addict that lied on these lacrosse players. I believe it was, well, you all remember. I'm sure either some of you were around my age or older. But I can't remember the year exactly, but of course, Jesse Jackson just got into an uproar about all this nonsense. So, yeah, I know Black Americans in particular will continue to do it, but we as Americans, the true patriots, still have to fight the good fight and not let these people get away with this rhetoric and nonsense. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So what are you gaining? Just do what you have to do, graduate, and get out. Or whatever plans you have in the future, or whatever your reason is for being there. Okay. And I'm sure she's on some type of federal funds. She may have earned a scholarship based on fundamental reasons as well. And now she wants to play victim here. Or she played victim and didn't get away with it. And I'm glad. So, in my Rumble channel, again, this is the hoax number 6. If I followed these on a consistent basis, I'll probably be up to 50 by the end of next month, because these people just like to lie so much, and including and these are people of all ages. But of course, it's the country fought over the last 60 years. Black Americans have been treated with this what's the term? A prison psychologist used, infantilization. Maybe I didn't say it correctly, but treating them like children. So they've, since this country has given them an inch, they're taking several miles now. So you got to stand up for what's right and tell the truth, um, for the Lord's sake. If you're a believer, and yeah, you can't sit and let these people get away with it. And I'm glad I ran to the story, and I'm glad justice is done, and it's the end of that. I mean, the Daily Wire didn't really want to, or didn't have a lot of coverage on the story, but it's enough to talk about, just to be on the lookout. Another story that caught my attention, I believe Brandon Tatum and the Black conservative perspective, Greg Foreman, created a video about something about whites disappearing. It's something ridiculous. Uh, Personally, I'm not going to waste my time watching it because I know how ridiculous it is. But since they covered the story. I'll let them have at it. And um, it's unfortunate. Uh, and then there's a situation where Carol Swan debunked white privilege in 3 seconds. So, well, probably more than 30. That's on my podcast if you want to check that out. Now, because she had good answers, because you and I know, I mean, and I've said this before, that I don't believe in white privilege. Okay. Privilege comes all across the forms, and I think a few videos ago I talked about the difference between privilege and rights. So that's all I have for you this evening. This is the second week, and then we got Hump Wednesday and some days ahead. So, if you have loved ones, don't forget to think of them. I mean, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, then no, it's not why I'm wearing red today. But I just happened to put this on because some of my subscribers like me in this color. So I'll wear it as often as possible to please them. Christina Resso Pray for our nation. Pray for our brothers and sisters suffering under the persecuted church globally. Talk to you super soon.